I'm here with Brian and Joe here with your morning show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, doing free picks. We got tons of free picks at our website, sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. We're the original free pick site. Doing free picks when other people said, you guys are crazy doing free picks. How are you going to make any money? How are you going to stay in business doing free picks on everything? Now they're all doing it, copying us. I honestly think if I started just doing a video of me eating oatmeal, that other people would start doing it too. I honestly think that would happen. I could see docs doing it.
Always would be interesting to see people eat oatmeal, I guess.
Yeah.
What they put on their oatmeal, the brown sugar and milk, or what's happening over there?
I just put almond milk on mine. That's it.
Nice.
I don't like oatmeal.
I'm not the biggest fan either.
Guys know nothing.
If I'm gonna eat it, there has to be brown sugar and a lot of fruit, and then a lot of milk. So then it's not really oatmeal, I don't think.
Not appealing to my eyes visually, so that's why I don't like it.
All right. It's not a Lamborghini. It's a freaking bowl of oatmeal, Brian. It's like...
I like the eggs and the bacon and the home hash browns, potatoes. That's my breakfast.
I just don't like a big pile of grease for breakfast. It's not my thing.
Can't put hot sauce on oatmeal. I think maybe that's my issue. At least it's better than cream of wheat.
At least. Anyways, got Major League Baseball. Man, I took all those dogs yesterday, and they were just like one run short here, one run short there. I had a few good winners in my Brian's got his fan running or something. But yeah, definitely something going on there. But anyways, yeah, it's like it just seemed that no one could get that run across for me. So it happens, definitely happens. But it's like I had giant dogs just waiting to pounce. The Rangers give up that home run in the ninth inning. The A's short, plus 190. Oh, man.
That was the day when the run line
Brutal.
would come in.
Can't hear you, Brian, because I got you muted because your fan is annoying me. There we go. Now it's not. Okay.
I didn't do anything different. I was just.
No, I know. I got you though. It was just like this super loud fan. It's just
Anyway, what I said was the run line would have came into play yesterday for you, taking the plus 1.5 at minus 110 or so.
giving out picks for yesterday. This doesn't help me today, does it?
I'm just saying that you make fun of me sometimes for taking the 1.5.
I understand.
But that would have
I
been
understand.
handy for you.
I understand. I get it. I know. It's not my game. It's not my game. You win some, you lose some. It's like that's betting.
The White Sox came through. They look good.
Yep. My $15 play though has been straight money, no doubters, on those. So, a lot of people taking advantage of that. So I think it's good. It's more expensive than buying my 3-pack, but or weekly or monthly or any of that stuff. But it's $15, so it's like a lot of people do it, Which I understand. I get it. That's why we have it. But yeah, it's like a loud fan. Not sure what it is. You guys don't hear that?
I don't hear anything, but I'm muted when I'm not actually speaking.
Maybe it's Joe. There. Is that?
I've been completely muted the whole time here.
So maybe it's, I don't know. I guess it's, well,
What
now I don't hear it. I don't know. Whatever. We'll get it someday. Someday we'll find it. I think we need to put everybody on the same type of computer, and that way we won't have it. That would be the answer. To have.
What if we still hear it then? It'd be really.
Well, then I'll just do the show by myself.
Be maddening, huh? With it.
Well, I don't have it when when I'm doing it. So I know I don't have it. None of my computers have fans or the type of drive that makes that noise. There's only two places where that drive comes from. Number one is the internal fan on the computer. Number two is the drive, or the drive. So like if you have one sort of drive on your computer, it has like, the old style, like there's like a spinning that's going on in there. So it's like the new drives don't have that. The solid state drives do not have that. It's just, one piece. So like if everybody has solid state drive and nothing that requires an internal fan like that, that's blowing this way. Mine has internal fan, but it's blowing the other way. That's why you can't hear it. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right, let's get to these games. Speaking of internal fans, got NBA action tonight. And we got the Bucks taking on the Celtics. The Bucks 1-point favorites here. The Bucks win here. They're up 3-1 over a super public Boston team. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't get a premium play on the spread on either one of these two games, but I really like the Milwaukee Bucks at home tonight on the money line. I don't see what all the love is. Everybody auto assumes that Boston's going to tie this up, and very close to premium play. But I think the Bucks take care of business at home, go up 3-1. I'm not saying this series doesn't go 7, but I think the Bucks take it tonight at home.
Joe?
I'm really torn on this game. I was going over this, and I can make a case for either side here. I do have a premium on the total, what I'm looking at. But if I'm going to be forced to take a side, I'm going to have to roll with the Celtics plus the points, just because I think this is going to be a 1-point game either way it falls. So I could get behind the Bucks on the money line, but I think the Celtics plus the 1 is where I'm going to go.
Yeah, I don't see how the Celtics, they just don't seem to match up well in this series, to be honest with you. Bucks are just knocking them around, and public just humping up on, the Celtics just like they generally do. So are you guys both muted right now? We're all muted, so it's got to be coming from somewhere else. There, now it stopped. Huh, that's odd. All right. We're going to find this bug. Anyways, yeah, I don't see the Celtics how they're competing in this game, in this series. Unless the refs unless the NBA really wants this one to go a little further, which has never stopped them before. We got the Warriors up against the Grizzlies. This one is been there, done that versus the up-and-comers, and the up-and-comers are learning what playoff basketball is all about. Brian?
This one's tougher than the other one. I'm going to lean towards the Golden State Warriors laying the points. They did me right in Game 3 when they totally blitzed Memphis, and I'm not worried about Morant playing or not playing. I think Warriors win this game by 20 tonight. So I'm going to lay the points, but just a strong lean here. Nothing I would bet my house on.
Joe?
I'm with Brian. I think the Golden State Warriors just come out way too strong here. I am looking at taking the under in this one as well. I think we have a lower scoring one. I think the Warriors are going to have to limit the Memphis Grizzlies tonight and keep this one under the total to get that cover in this. So give me the Warriors and give me the under.
I like the Warriors minus 100 here. I think they're going to slaughter them again. It's like Memphis just looks overwhelmed and beaten. And I think this series is long over at this point. It's already over. Warriors have just been there, done that. They have that playoff experience, and I just think in every sport that we see that. Yeah, because when I cut the outside coming from you guys, it goes away. Maybe it's the connection. But anyways, yeah, the Warriors just seem to have that playoff experience, And the Grizzlies, it's a learning experience. And sometimes learning experience is not so fun. I know Joe was talking about her family playing poker and her daughter learning how to play. And I know that, in real life, poker lessons are really expensive. And I think the Grizzlies are getting a fall back to earth here lesson on what playoff basketball is all about. But I gotta figure this out. It's not that. All right. But anyways, Brian, what are you selling today?
Well, I'm going to try to build off yesterday's 4-in-1 day, going for 5 straight winning days. I got my Bring Out the Broom 3-pack. It includes my best bet in the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NHL, all for $50 at pickdogs.com premium picks.
Joe?
I have 3 of my best bets in a 3-pack today. I have one in the NBA, one in the MLB, and one in the NHL. So head on over, you guys, pickdogs.com.
I have my $15 big play. I have an MLB 3-pack, and then I have other plays too if you have longer term packages. So, like I said, on the wrong side of a couple of these things over the last couple of days, but it happens. It wasn't like I got just blown up in these games. There was a bunch of one-runners. Ugh, the worst kind. But anyways, happens. But if that's the worst losing I'm going to do, I'll take it. And especially, like, I hit those $15 plays, which I know a lot of people are on, so happy about that, at least. Anyways, we go to Major League Baseball. We've got early action. Yankee Humpers got crushed yesterday. Just blitzed. Those run line odds people actually got as bad as my one run, getting the big odds plays were. The people that laid the runs and the odds, they got woodshedded yesterday, and I was kind of glad to see it. How about you, Brian? What do you think of those?
Yeah, but they might have made some of that up with that Dodgers Cubs game later on in the night. But yeah, I was glad to see it early in the day that the Yankees couldn't cover either one of those games. The Rangers beat them outright.
A lot of those big runs and odds games, the Twins too, a lot of them were 1-run games. So those runs and odds, those run lines and odds, and they lost. We saw the puck line and odds lose the other night with in the NHL too. So that's a house bet, house bet. Laying runs or puck lines and odds is a house bet.
But early on this season, it has been profitable for people.
You ever sit at the blackjack table and they have like a little circle bet, like of some other kind of bonus bet? Like if you get the same exact blackjack as the dealer has, like ace, it's got to be like ace of diamonds, queen of clubs or something exactly, and it's like you get a bonus and you put $1 on it, and it's like they just you just run through like $500 worth of those dollars. And it's just a total house bet. It's like anytime they put an additional add-on bet to the game like that, it is a house bet. It is always a house bet. They never anything outside of the regular course of the game is 100% way in the house's favor. And these run line odds, we never saw these in the past. This is just scooping up on it. Just a really, really unknowing public. Anyways, we got 2 early games. We got the Orioles and the Royals and the Yankees and the Rangers. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I know we just talked about laying runs and odds, but I think this is one spot where if I was giving out a free pick, I would lean towards the Yankees today with Cortez Jr. on the mound. He's been their best arm, in my opinion, and Gray struggled for the Rangers. I think the Yankees can beat them by 2. It's not something I'm betting the house on. And then I'm going to lean towards the Kansas City Royals. Hernandez has been pretty brutal, but Wells hasn't been lighting it up either. I think KC might be able to steal one, but I think the stronger plays the Yankees on the run line. Unfortunately, I don't take the Yankees very often.
Joe?
For myself, I have to go with the Baltimore Orioles here. I think Wells will be stronger than Hernandez, so I'm looking for them to come out. But I think the strongest play here is on the over 7.5. I look at both of these teams in game 3 of a series, both trend so solidly to that over. And I think the Orioles will hit nicely against Hernandez. They're strong against right-handed pitchers. So going 18, or sorry, wrong trend I was going to give you guys there. But they're strong against right-handed pitchers. I really think they're going to come out strong today. And I'm with you, Brian. I think the New York Yankees on the run line is the only way to take this one. It's minus 100, and Cortez should be able to come out. And John Gray, he's not playing well so far this season, 7.5 ERA on the season. I think we can look at the over in this one as well. I think the over 7.5 should cash nicely. Rangers hit well against left-handed starters, so if they can get a couple in here for us, this one definitely goes over the 7.5. Mitch?
I really hate this Royals Orioles game. I think this thing is way over. So it's like I don't think either of these starting pitchers factor at all in this game. So it makes it really hard because, see, the Orioles have 2 Wellses on their team, and this is the really bad one. And that's the issue here that we have with him is that, see, they have Tyler Wells, who actually is not bad. And then they have Alexander Wells, who is hideous, and he's going today. He is terrible. He 2 innings, 3 hits against the Yankees in the first one, but the next time, 1.2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both those hits were home runs. So this guy gives up the long ball like no one's business. 2 home runs in 3 innings of work. Brian, you must have a big circle around this guy. He must be your guy. I mean, those are your numbers. He's absolutely.
He's not my guy.
He's terrible, man. He is.
Neither of these guys are my guy.
No, these guys are bad. These guys are really bad. These guys are terrible. But I'm gonna stay the hell away from that one. But I'm gonna stay with the Rangers against the Yankees. I had them both games yesterday. I'm going to continue to ride them. I'm going to fade the Yankees every single game. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. Don't care.
I thought you've been a Cortez guy. You've liked him before in the past.
I like him because he's, from my old neighborhood. But outside of that, it's like I think he's in regression. I've also been against the Yankees almost every single game. And Cortez is, his numbers are starting to get worse and worse every single game. John Gray, we know, is going to keep the Rangers in this thing. We know that. Colorado pitchers generally, once they get out of Colorado, pitch really well, for wherever they go. Anyways, Jose Quintana for the Pirates up against the Dodgers. I thought it was Dylan Peters. I really liked him a lot better in this spot, but Pittsburgh going with the lefty here, trying to end that losing streak to the Dodgers. Then Luis Castillo making his first start to the season. This guy was the toughest of tough luck losers last year. Maybe he's the savior this year. Up against Brandon Woodruff. Getting a nice price here on the Reds, who are pretty hot. They've won 2 of the last 3 games. This is as hot as they've been all season. Smoking. Joe, what do you think of these 2?
For me, I can't.
It's not Tyler Wells. It's Alexander Wells in this game. Tyler Wells pitched yesterday, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I'm showing.
Because we're seeing in the comments it is Tyler Wells, but it's not Tyler Wells. It's Alexander Wells.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Alexander Wells listed for myself too. So for me, I can't trust the Reds. Yes, they've won 2 of their last 3, but I think this one brings them back down to earth here. I'm going to roll with the Milwaukee Bucks. The money line is so high. This might be one that I throw into a parlay, overtaking them on the run line, because I don't think that get the run line win. I think this one stays tight. Would lean on that over with this game, though. And then Pittsburgh, I don't know. They could come out strong in this one, but I don't love it. They've really struggled in that game 1 of a series, going 0-4 in their last 4 games in that game 1 of a series. And Dodgers strong against left-handed starters here on the road. So I'm going to stay off that game.
I'm showing Tyler Wells now. Also, I'm showing both. I really don't care. They both stink.
My book says Tyler Wells.
Yeah, I'm seeing Tyler Wells actually. So you guys are right. You can get in for $2, Joe, on that one. But you don't get the Mother's
Pass.
Day. You don't get that Mother's Day keychain like they were giving away in Cincinnati yesterday. I think there was 8 people at that game. I had it on TV.
Oh, wow.
There's about 8 people taking advantage of this. All of them with a box full of keychains. It's like, just take a box. It's like,
gotta love when you're just when they say take a handful. It's okay. Just grab a handful.
I remember when they first started, like, well, not when they first started giveaway games, but like, I mean, it used to be like giveaway nights were like once a month, you know. Then they started having them like, you know, once a week, and now it's like, you know, there's always giving away something.
Attendance was probably light yesterday because it was Mother's Day. You know, guys would get in trouble for going to the baseball game and not doing something with their wives or mothers or something. So maybe that had something to do with it.
Golf course was packed. I'll tell you that much.
As far as these games go, I'm gonna go with my good buddy here, Luis Castillo. He cost me a lot of money last year, but the Reds are playing slightly improved baseball, and Woodruff hasn't been lighting it up either. So I'm gonna take the Reds here plus money, and then the Pittsburgh Pirates. Dylan Peters probably just would have pitched an inning anyways, opener, right, for the Pirates. So maybe we'll see him, Quintana, if he can give us 5 strong. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates here on the run line. I just maybe it's just the fade the Dodgers thing, but I'll take the Pirates run line here.
I'm just going to take the Pirates on my Dodger fade, which is really not working for me too well on this road trip. I think I'm going to go with the Reds too here against the Brewers. Even the odds look funny. You know, you would think that the Reds would be like plus 175 here at home or even more against the Brewers. Castillo's not bad. I mean, I don't know how far he's going in this game, but he's not bad.
He pitched 70. He pitched 70 and change in his rehab performance, and they don't expect many limitations on him in this start.
What were George Kirby's final numbers yesterday? I know he was losing. He would have been the loser in that game. They bailed him out at the end. But I know he was, after he gave up that run, he was on fire, man. What did he finally do, George Kirby? George Kirby, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts. The run actually came later. It was Swanson. I lost that game too. Another 1-runner. 9th inning. Gosh. Had a couple of those this past week. 9th inning losses. We dust ourselves off. That's what we do. Got the Tigers, Michael Pineda up against Paul Blackburn. And then we've got the White Sox, Michael Kopech, minus 185. A team that was on an 8-game losing streak and was called out for dead. Brian was mocking them. Now he's riding them. Up against the Cleveland Guardians. Brian's a White Sox fanboy.
I hate that. Maybe it's because you don't like them now. I like them.
I like them. They're my team, but I'm honest about it, man. I don't get too emotional to the high side. What do you like in these?
In these 2 games, I feel like maybe the best free pick value here is the Oakland A's with Blackburn. He's been very solid on the year, 3-0, 2.22 ERA. Oakland A's lost a bunch of games in a row. Pineda's nothing to write home about. He might give him 4 or 5 innings, but I think the A's scratch out a win. And then I'll lean to the White Sox laying the -1. It's not something that I typically bet, but I just think with Kopech on the mound, White Sox are really humming along. I guess you could lay the run line here. I hate run lines, but and Plesac hasn't been anything special. So I like Kopech. I like the White Sox. They're hot. Lay the run line.
Joe.
Yeah, I completely agree with Brian here. I think taking the Oakland A's is a great way to go here with Blackburn starting. The A's have notoriously played Detroit really strong, and Detroit is 0-4 in their last 4 games following a loss. I don't think Pineda will have that great of a day today. But I do think this one we can probably trend to that under in this game. I know 7's a low number. These two teams playing each other trend to that over, but I see less runs coming in. I think this is a 3-1 style game. So I'm going to ride that under as well. And then the Chicago White Sox, I like them here with Kopech starting. He's got a 1.17 ERA, and I think they'll hit nicely against Plesac. They're 5-0 in their last 5 games against right-handed starters. So give me the Chicago White Sox.
The White Sox now have a winning record, but I'm still doubtful on them. I've had high hopes coming into the season. It'll be interesting to see when Moncada comes back, how they play, because he is one of their best players for sure. But
I think he use one more starter. If they could get a veteran,
right? They need a starting. They need a starting pitcher. They need a closer. They need help. This team needs help. And it's like I don't think there's anyone out there that's available that's really going to provide the answer for them. I think they need to find somebody in the farm or in somebody else's farm system, which is generally what they do. Normally, they'll trade somebody like Dallas Keuchel and loot somebody. This is what we do.
Castillo? I mean, he's the guy that a veteran arm. The Reds will be looking to get rid of him. He's got some stuff.
Castillo?
I think I could see him helping the White Sox.
He definitely fits the profile. He definitely fits the profile of a White Sox player. So it's possible. But I like to see them go out and get somebody else. But I think Castillo, I think you're going to have to pay way up for. And the White Sox don't do that. They don't trade away their prospects. They trade their guys for everybody else's prospects. They loot you. They wait until you are most desperate. And then they trade you, too good to be true, Jose Quintana. I mean, the Chris Sale trade, the Red Sox won a World Series on it, on the Chris Sale trade. The White Sox have Kopech and Moncada, to show for it. I think most people at the time felt the White Sox had won that trade and had looted the Red Sox on that, and I still believe that they have. You look at, the Quintana trade, that ridiculous, right? Dylan Cease and Eloy Jimenez for Jose Quintana. Would you do that deal? No. I mean, come on. It's like, even the Cub fans were crying about that thing the day it happened. And then, Adam Eaton for Lucas Giolito, Dane Dunning, like 4 other guys, starters. 3 of the greatest trades of the last 10 years. I still think that Quintana for Jimenez and Cease is one of the just great all-time trades for the White Sox. It's got to be up there. It's one of the best trades in history. Anyways, Kopech's going today. Got traded Chris Sale for his ass. See, it's like Chris Sale's been on the DL most of the time, or the IL, right? They call it the IL now. It's more politically correct than being not abled. I don't know. I don't love these odds. I would definitely, you can't lay the run line here with the White Sox. It's going to be tactical. I think, like Joe said, like a lower scoring game. White Sox, Indians, or Guardians.
It's tough to lay the 180, though. I like the White Sox a lot, but it's just tough.
They have been covering the run line. They have been. They've covered the run line 6 in a row. I don't know, the Guardians, I'm going to stay the hell away from that thing. I'm going to watch it as a fan. Throw my White Sox shirt on. Watch it. Like the Cub fans will say, I didn't know White Sox fans could afford shirts.
A good one.
Very funny. Nice shirt. I didn't know White Sox fans could afford it. Noah Syndergaard's pitching. He's in regression mode up against the Tampa Bay Rays, who lost a heartbreaker yesterday. And Chris Flexen moved back into the start against the regressing Ranger Suarez. Phillies beat Scherzer again. Beat him. Then got handed to him. Game 2.
Well, that's because the Phillies used the bullpen game in game 2, like because Eflin had COVID, I guess. It's a report. But you knew the Phillies were doomed when they had to use their bullpen for the entire game.
Anyways, who do you like in these games?
In that grouping of games, I'm going to take the over in the Marlins and Diamondbacks. You got the one, maybe the only starter I don't like for the Marlins, and Alyssa Hernandez. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. And Castellanos for Arizona. I think we can get
that game. We said Angels against the Rays. Okay, this is really not that hard. We did 2 games, right? Angels, Rays, Mariners, Phillies. Right, 2 games. We did 2 games. It's not like we did 3.
I apologize. You know. I'll take the Phillies on the money line here. Ranger Suarez. He hasn't really had a great year so far, but I like his stuff. And Chris Flexen, I think, is a pitching way above his stat line. I don't see him as a 3.10 pitcher. I think the Phillies steal the first game against Seattle.
Joe.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go opposite with you. I trust more in Seattle with Chris Flexen coming out here. I just don't like the Phillies in the underdog role. They've gone 2-10 in their last 12 as a road underdog, and I think they have struggles here again, but I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. I do like the under in this one, and then give me the under between the Tampa Bay Rays and the LA Angels as well. Both these teams open up series playing stronger defensively, trending nicely to that under. The Rays 9-2-2 in their last 13 games of a game 1 of a series to that under, and the Angels 5-0 in their last 5. So give me the under 7.5.
I like the Rays here against the Angels. I like getting the plus money. Syndergaard is in regression mode. Something's wrong with him. So might as well take advantage of it while we can. The Rays have been pretty good on the road this season. 9-3 straight up. 9-3 on the run line. Why not? 75% chance up against the Angels. Just 9-6 at home. With Syndergaard, his numbers are moving in the wrong direction. Why not take a chance? And Phillies, we all know how I feel about them. I don't need to say it. 3-7 on the road this season. 30%ers. That's what we call that. 30% odds at even money is a bad bet. Simple math. Got the Padres against the Cubs. We got the Diamondbacks against the Marlins. And we've got the Giants and the Rockies minus 270 on the Giants. Another run line, whatever. Yuck. What's the negative odds on the run line on the Giants there? It's like it's got to be something pathetic.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's only minus 105, actually, if you can believe that.
Oh, really?
No way.
That's what it shows for me right
Really?
now. I just look.
Wow, then you know what the play is. Rockies.
The play would be Rockies.
Yeah. Rockies.
Yeah, Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 115. Got the same as you, Brian. Minus 105 for the Giants.
Really trying to bait you into that run line. So.
Wow. Well, it makes sense, though, because I think we have a really low scoring one in this. I'm going to play the under in that first 5. I think both these teams trend so nicely to that under, and I don't see a lot of runs coming in here with Rodon coming up for the San Francisco Giants. So I love the under. So it makes sense. Take the Colorado Rockies plus 1.5.
Yeah, the Cubs on the road after a night game, cross-country road trip. They probably got in at 4 o'clock in the morning or something into San Diego. This is lousy. This is bad. Bad. Kenzie Core. It's just a crappy day at the office. It's one of those ones where you ever have like that bad day where you're kind of like half asleep or whatever, and you just wake up the next day and you just feel like totally like, oh man, I just slept for like, it felt like slept for 100 hours, even though, you know, it's like, that's how the Cubs are going to feel tomorrow. It's like for me, when I travel through all these time zones, it's like it happens to me all the time. A lot of time zones. Anyways, yeah. If any, it's for me. It's like I understand the Giants, and I gave it out in the video, but I didn't know the odds were going to be like this at the time. So I don't know. It's a straight avoid for me. It's a no play, no reason to play it. All right. Parlays, props, anything else?
I'll jump in here. I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks on the money line. I think you guys turned me on to take the Colorado Rockies plus 1.5. That one sounds good to me. And the Oakland A's on the money line. I think the A's are very strong today.
Joe, anything?
Yeah, for myself, I'm going to take that Rockies-San Francisco game under in the first 5. I'm going to take the San Diego Padres here on the run line. I think they have a fantastic day, minus 1.5. And then give me, lastly, the under between Cleveland and the White Sox.
Taking the Cincinnati Reds, the Texas Rangers, and Tampa Bay Rays. Going to parlay those 3 up together. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It was an amazing morning we've spent together. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. VIP and premium to follow. Make it a winning day.